Hello, class. The slideshow presentation that I chose from the SlideShare was content marketing done right, how not to pirate content. Um, we had to cite three design elements from the week's lesson, and the first one I did was picture superiority effect, and that was in lesson two. And to me, that means using more pictures, less words. Don't let the words consume your presentation, basically. The second one I used was display data clearly, and that was in lesson three. And you basically have to get to the point. Keep it simple, keep it understandable. Don't try to overwhelm your audience and make them have to sit there and ponder on what you're trying to say. And the last one I did was slides are not documents, and that was on the end of lesson two, beginning of lesson three. And basically, that's saying slides um, are supposed to be simple and understanding, and documents are meant to be lengthy and wordy. So there's a complete difference between the both of them. We had to um, present how our slide share was applied to the three design elements successfully. And basically, throughout the presentation, there were awesome pictures in there, um, and they explain picture superiority effect to the T. So take for instance slide 2 through 4 if you get a chance to look at it. They introduce the big idea simply and clearly. It doesn't give you a full story about how the person came to the big idea of using plagiarism and using other people's content. It kept it simple. It was brief, and it basically showed all three in one. Um, Next, we had to explain how the slide share presentation embody at least two of Duarte's five theses. And basically, the two I chose, the first one was um, to spread ideas and move people. In slide 37, if you take that for instance, it gave you the idea of what to do when you want to correctly use fair share work and why you should do it. So it gave you ideas of it. It made you think about it. It made you say, okay, well, this is maybe something I can do. So let me move from doing it this way and try it another way. And it gave you reason for it behind it, which is a very good thing. The second one I chose was to help people see what you are saying. And basically, that's shown in slide 12 that everything, the lines, this lines up with it because the first one of spread ideas. The producer in the presentation wanted you to push to see the difference between fair share and copyright infringement. So it showed you what they're trying to say. They're trying to say don't do it incorrectly. Don't use copyright infringement, but use fair share. This is how you use fair share. This is how you make sure it's fair share. This is what you need to look for in order to be fair share. Going on, the question was asked, what was one of the things you didn't like about the design presentation? The one thing I didn't like about the design presentation is that it had a couple of slides in there where it was just so wordy. It was basically a screenshot of documentation. It threw me off. It made me say, okay, I have to really sit here and read all of this to understand what they're saying. Why do I have to do this? It threw me away from the big idea. It threw my main focus off of plagiarism. Now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I have to sit here and read this full-length, detailed documentation. Why? That's too much. It was just too much words in there. And it basically looked screenshot. It was unclear. You could barely see most of the words. It was just horrible. That was the one thing I did not like about the presentation at all. And then I went on to say how I'm going to use some of these things to design my technique. And basically, I'm planning on keeping everything simple, understandable. I don't want to confuse my audience. I want to make them just say, okay, here's his big idea. It's big as day. The pictures explain it all. Great. Move on. I don't want them to have to ponder on what I'm trying to get across to them. I don't want them to have to sit there and take 10 minutes just to figure out what my big idea is. Simplicity is the key to my success. Thank you all, and I appreciate you.